Hey guys, so today we're going to be decluttering my art supplies, and I have them all right in front of me. So yeah, before I get into the whole decluttering process, I want to talk to you guys about how my studio used to look like before I started this journey, which was about 4 or 5 years ago. So, okay, let's go back to when I was in college because that's when I accumulated the most art supplies. So in college, I majored in fine art. I took a lot of art courses, and my professor gave us like a whole list of art supplies that we needed to purchase. So at the time, I mainly used acrylic paint. So acrylic paint, I also had a bunch of canvases in various sizes, a bunch of paint brushes, and I also used pastels, charcoal. Oh my gosh, it was like arts and crafts materials. And I donated those. I gave some to my niece, I gave some to my friends. And yeah, I don't know what else I had. I just had way more than I have now. Maybe 10 times more than this, for sure. At the time, I didn't even have watercolor. I didn't have gouache. I didn't even know what gouache was. So if you compare me to a typical artist, I don't have much. And I'm happy about that. Because if I had a lot of art supplies still, I would go crazy. Because I know that I wouldn't be using most of them. Okay, let's separate them by category. I believe this is the Marie Kondo way. If you guys haven't seen her Netflix show called Tidying Up with Marie Kondo, watch it because it's life-changing. I had her books before. I fold my clothes the KonMari way, and it's the best. But anyway, let's get to it. Let's start with pens and pencils. Okay, let's move this. God, my pile of sketchbooks is just amazing, isn't it? This case with all of my Faber-Castell colored pencils. Does this spark me joy? Sure does. Look at the colors. So you guys know I use this all the time, my Graph Gear 500. I don't really use like regular graphite pencils like this, but I have been using mechanical pencils for sketching and drawing for years, and I prefer this over anything else. This does spark me joy. This is my favorite pencil, so you guys will know. Yes, I use this one. It's so nice. So I love this click eraser for the sound, but also it does erase really well. And yeah, I just love it. Okay, let's just not go through this. This is gonna be a very long video if I talk about everything. So let me just put them in piles. Good progress. All right, so now let's get to the pens. So, man, I haven't used this in forever. So this is the bamboo brush. I used to use this for like my cursive writing. I haven't used it in a while. This has done great things for me, but because I haven't used it in over a year, I don't think I'm going to keep it. As well as this ink. I've had this ink since college, guys. I've been keeping it on the back of my drawer. I think I'm going to use it, but I haven't touched it in over a year, so letting you guys go. I have my Uniball Signo white gel pens, which are amazing, so I'm going to keep it. There was a part in Marie Kondo's book where she said to not keep things in their original packaging because it's not like, it doesn't feel like you own it. So I'm gonna toss this and then keep them in the little container that I have here. All right, so for my pens, I have my Copic multi-liners, and I have more in here. Let's take it all out. Should we just dump it all in here? Okay, let's just dump it all in there. Alright, so I have my Copic multi-liners. So I'm keeping these. Let's do a test. Now let's go with my Micron pens. Dang, it's like all of my 0.05 pens are always running out. So I gotta buy more of those. So these are all of my pens that I'm keeping. Pretty sure I talked about these Muji pens, but I use these for my bullet journal and they're my favorite. So definitely keeping these. Alright, so I have these UV highlighters that I've been using for my bullet journal. So I actually bought these brush lettering flexible brush tip pens. I prefer these more than the UV. So I may just give these away. And plus I'm not a fan of the size because I have big hands, so these have been kind of hard to like work with. But they have done great things for me in my last bullet journal. But I'm gonna have to let these go. Alright, so I have this Dewdrop Memento ink pad. I used it when I was using, where is it at? Oh, right here. My stamp. And I don't know if I'm going to keep using it because there's this part of it that I've never used. It has different words. It says smashed, stolen, oh snap, I heart this. Today is, that warrants a fist pump. Like who the heck would stamp that on paper? I wouldn't. I'm going to get rid of it. So I might as well get rid of this as well because what am I going to use it with? That's the only stamp I have. Alright, so let's put this aside since I'm done with these two bins. So, now to paintbrushes. Oh boy, I have a lot. So you got the traditional brushes over here, and then you got the water brushes over here. Let me just show you the ones that I use all the time. Alright, so I use this one a lot, the Princeton Art and Brush Co. It's they're round size. So these three brushes I also use. I mainly use this one for watercolor. So these are the Silver Black Velvet brushes. Oh gosh, I should have washed this one. So I have a lot of Arteza detail brushes that I still use. There's just so many of them. So I'm just gonna keep a few of these because I really do like their detail brushes. And then the rest I'll just give to my brother because I actually gave him some of these because he paints like figurines. I use this for gouache. So I'm gonna keep these. Alright, so I'll be honest with you guys. I don't use these water brushes anymore. I just feel like I have too many. So I'm just gonna keep maybe 2 of these. So these are Tesla ones. These have been good, but they're not my favorite. So I am just gonna get rid of these. So I'll be keeping the Niji one. This one is really good. I'm just gonna keep one of them. I'll keep this one. I'm not gonna keep these, but thank you for all that you've done for me. It was really fun experimenting with these. So these are the brushes that I've kept. Really downsizing. I'm happy about that. So I haven't updated you guys on my gouache palette since I last made it. Thanks to all those who have sent me photos in the past of your very own gouache palette. So I haven't used it in a while. I must say that this palette isn't good in the wintertime because it does dry out. So I think it really depends on the actual color because the magenta and cadmium red, so pretty much all the red ones lasted long because as you can see, the cadmium red, it's still really good. It's not dried out or anything. There are certain colors in here that have dried out, like the Viridian and the Burnt Umber. So I'm still going to keep this because I'm very proud of this palette. I think in the future I'm just going to refill them and clean them out. And of course I'm going to keep my compact watercolor palette. I don't know if you guys remember, but on my Insta story last year, I actually asked you guys if you wanted to see a review on this palette. I got it from Hobby Lobby, and so I attempted to film, but I didn't finish filming, and then after that I just totally forgot about it. So I'm just going to tell you guys what I think about it. It's not good. I mean, just from this, I was like, nah. Like, the pans don't stay. The swatches suck. So I'm not going to keep it. Alright, so I have these Arteza gouache paints. They're pretty good. They're not my favorite. That's why I prefer the Winsor & Newton. They're much higher quality. There are some colors in here that I actually like and I don't have in my Winsor & Newton collection. So, like this one for example. Like, it says peach red. Look how bright that is. So, since this year I'm actually going to be focusing on gouache paints, I'm just going to keep all of these. But I'm mainly going to use my Winsor & Newton because I prefer that the most. going to organize everything now. So everything that's on the floor are all the things I'm going to keep. Alright everyone, so that is it for this video. If you want to see more videos about minimalism or whatever, let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!